And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Guys, it's been nearly a week since that shocking CCTV footage of Henry Nowak's murder was released. And it's safe to say it is getting a lot of global reaction, Dom.
Yeah, across the globe, across the Anglosphere specifically, you're seeing people take protest, make their voices known, and pay tributes to the death of Henry.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of groups in the UK, from sort of Reform Party, look to try and invoke change and actually say that there is a massive problem with two-tier policing. And what we're seeing from others now in Spain, Poland, Sweden, the United States, is people actually going out there and sort of holding vigils for Henry Nowak, which we're going to get into very shortly. However, there's been a shocking revelation that has emerged with regard to the killer of Henry Nowak that you're going to shed a little bit of light on.
Yeah, so some new information has been brought to the public that says that the killer Digwell was not even searched properly by police. He still had his knife on him when they took him to the police station. So this is after they'd found out he'd stabbed him. This is after Henry had been pronounced dead and had obviously been taken in the ambulance. They still hadn't searched him properly, and he still had one of the knives on his personnel at the time that he arrived at the police station. Guys, if this doesn't highlight the two-tier system we have in the UK, then I don't know what does. Let's roll the clip.
This is extraordinary. The Sun newspaper is reporting that Henry Nowak's killer, Vikram Digwa, still had a knife on him even after being arrested and taken to a police station. The kirpan, a Sikh ceremonial dagger worn around the neck, was taken from Digwa only when he was searched before being put into a cell. It means the killer was still armed after he was finally arrested for murdering Henry, who he stabbed 5 times with a separate 8-inch long knife. The murder weapon, which was not a kirpan, was removed from the scene by a family member. A source told the newspaper either the arresting officers knew he had the kirpan on him and let him keep it after the arrest, or they missed it and it was only picked up when he was searched at the police station.
So it's pretty shocking. Clearly, there is a two-tier system there. And it's just the fact that they have a religious exemption to carry a 22-centimeter knife on them. Does that mean that I can be a Sikh guy and carry a knife on me?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what the requirements are to sort of prove that you're a Sikh, but I'm sure there's loads of religions out there, essentially, I remember, so I give you a story. When I was in the military, before that they could grow beards, a lot of people liked the idea of maybe trying to rig the system by being able to grow a beard by becoming somewhat religious. And the one they used to go for is Rastafarian. So they would, they would pretend, they would say that they are a Rastafarian and then try to grow a beard. And then, of course, the military would have to you'd have to try and prove it to them as to how you are a Rastafarian. But I mean, how far can you go to proving? It's like, with this male and female sorts of crap that we see, like how far do you have to go to prove that you're of certain religion that could, allow you to carry around a sword?
Well, I'm trans-religious, Dan. So, I identify as a Sikh only when I have weapons on me.
Hey, in this world, that should be enough to allow you to do so.
Well, of course, now you look to the global outreach that Henry's death has caused, and we've got some great scenes from everywhere across the world, guys. We love seeing other countries get involved in this. We love seeing people protest, make their voices known about Henry. It's great to see everywhere from France to Poland to Australia to Spain. I've got a couple of videos here from Poland. We've got one video here from Stockholm. And of course, we've got the Spanish doing what the Spaniards do, coming out in absolute full force against or for Henry.
Hace una semana hemos podido ver el vídeo de la vergüenza. El vídeo en el que un joven europeo de nombre Henry Nowak era detenido por la policía inglesa después de haber recibido hasta 4 puñaladas por un indio en Southampton, Inglaterra. Después de las varias puñaladas, Henry se desplomó en el suelo. En un país en el que un Estado sirviese al pueblo y no a los invasores extranjeros, la policía habría auxiliado al joven y hubiese detenido al asesino indio. Pero en la Europa desarraigada y endofóbica, las cosas no funcionan así. Mientras Henry se iba desangrando y comunicaba a las autoridades que le costaba respirar, estos policías decidieron detenerle y esposarle, por la razón de que Henry, en teoría, había insultado en un tono racista al indio, ya que para estos policías era más importante que un joven blanco hiciese comentarios racistas a que un indio apuñalase de muerte a dicho joven, arrebatándole la vida con tan solo 18 años. Así Henry moría ensangrentado y detenido por aquellas fuerzas del Estado que debieron protegerle. Vivimos en un mundo donde preocupa más que un blanco sea racista y no acepte la imposición multicultural a que estas masas de inmigrantes roben, violen y maten a nuestros jóvenes. Este es otro caso aislado, como diría la prensa terrorista de la actualidad. Otro caso aislado que se hace cotidiano. Pues son casos que se repiten día a día. Casos que desangran la vitalidad de Europa y su alegría. Desde Núcleo Nacional protestamos ante esta aberrante situación. Y que los gobernantes que nos odian y nos quieren eliminar sepan que a nosotros siempre nos tendrán enfrente. Henry Nowak presente. ¡Arriba España y arriba Europa!
So yeah, making themselves known and obviously bringing the information about this case to the world's audience.
Yeah, well, much of Europe, apart from sort of the obvious, Poland, Hungary, it will be a lot of leftist media. So they will likely be on the side of what our sort of establishment and media are currently saying with regard to this. So yeah, one of those.
100%.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's why it's always great about citizen journalism, and that the impact that we talk about. Elon Musk, JD Vance coming out and talking about it allows people to be better informed with regard to what actually is going on, not too far away from them, you know, in similar cultures that we are the United Kingdom. And I always say in Europe, a lot of Europe is further in front of us in terms of their decline. However, you know, they're all frightened as to what is happening because they're all sort of, you know, the same sort of, they cut from the same cloth, so to speak, these political elite.
Yeah, of course. The problems that Europe is facing are the same problems the US is facing, same problems the UK is facing. You know, we're all under a common threat, a common enemy, the sort of disintegration of our culture, mass immigration, and all of the countries are feeling the effects of these changes in our countries. So it's very refreshing to see our European brothers and sisters, and obviously the Anglosphere, Australia, Canada, the UK, we're all coming together to unite against this common bad.
Yeah. Well, guys, do let us know your thoughts on those scenes down there in the comment section below. And as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more.